Hey everybody, Barefoot Willie again. I'm working on this dash because that's the next step. We're going to work on the dash here. This is the dash shell. We're going to work on getting that mounted into the vehicle so that we know exactly where we need to mount our unit for the underhang. I get to looking at this dash here. It's not really in horrible shape. I mean, there's some, missing material here. The vinyl's hard, it's split. But I get to thinking, what if I can get the leather cover that they sell for the bottom of this thing, being that you're only going to see probably about here down, or here up, sorry, from the dash. All this, even these vents, you take these off and there's a hole on the underside of the dash unit that lets the heat through. So you don't see any of this. If I cover this with the readily available glue-on stitched leather covers that they sell for these and do a really good job, and hang that unit underneath there, wonder if it'll look good. And I think I can do the little bit of repair that has to be done underneath here. I can do this with panel bond, so that way I'm not trying to weld or tack weld on a lip. I can flange it, panel bond it, keep it cold. That way I can glue the existing pad back on there, tighten up all the vinyl that's coming off, tighten all that up, and then cover it with the leather, hence you're not going to see it. If not, it's about $1,000 for this dash shell, and that's uncovered. And I think that we might keep it and try to salvage this one. And so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to clean up all this rust. I've got a little OSFO on there now. For those of you who know, you know. I'll clean up that rust in a couple stages of OSFO. I'll get it, clean to my liking in there. I'll coat it down with some kind of POR 15 or something, from rusting again in the future. And then, like I said, tighten everything up, cover it with the leather, and I think we're going to be on. So stay tuned as we go along in doing that. As we can get this in here, that's the closest step, or another step closer to hanging the underdash unit for the next series of videos. So hope you guys follow along. I hope this helps a bunch of people who are trying to find out a way to put air conditioning in their Series 3, but have no clue because everyone tells you you can't do it, or it's not doable, or whatever it is. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, Barefoot Willie here. I've been working on this dash, getting this dash installed in here so that I can work on mocking up the under dash part of this. Just wanted to give you guys a look as to what it is, what it looks like. Here's the dash here. I did order the leather wrap kit for it, so it will be wrapped in leather for the final product. But there she is sitting in there. And now I'm going to work on trying to modify the bracketry I need to mount the underdash unit under there. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how I do that. Maybe try to get you the critical measurements that I need for your exit point in the firewall there, and we'll start looking at that. Thanks guys. Alright, so we're here inside the cab. You see we got the dash temporarily mounted up in there. I know it's dusty, it's ugly. We're going to work around that for now. We're just going to try to fit this unit in there. Here's my hole. I don't know how far it is over there. I can post it maybe in the comments, or if anybody wants to know. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory when you got this unit up in here where you need to put it. That's my hole in my grommet on the inside. There's the wheel well area where this unit's going to sit. Pretty self-explanatory. This hole here used to be from the stay bracket. The other one is cut out, of course, with the hole saw. The new stay bracket holes are going to be about right here. So well out of the way, lets us go right through that firewall. Other than that, that's the only penetration in the firewall you need to put this thing in. When we come back, I believe we're gonna shove it in there, and we're gonna show you just exactly if it fits or not. So stay with us, and we're gonna see if this thing is slide in there and work. So some people might be wondering what I had to do to that stay bracket. I just wanted to make this well known, that way you know exactly what I had to do to it to be able to get that hub or connection point or whatever bulkhead through the firewall there. You're not going to do it with the flange that's on the stay bracket now. You're going to have to move that to the other side. That's all you can see there. I've moved that flange from over there. You can see the marks in the paint where it used to take the paint off. We're going to move them bolts right there. This is what the stay bracket looked like before, as you can see down in here. Same stay bracket, I just flipped the ears. I mean, that was the big caveat as to why you can't use this AC unit. Fixed, that's done. Let's see if this thing slides in. Hey guys, Barefoot Willie back with you again. Man, looking at this Rover, I mean, you see the smile on my face. I'm telling you, this is a lot easier than it looks. This Defender unit almost goes right in this thing. I'm going to show you just now. I did have a buddy come over and help me this morning. Took us all about maybe 2 hours of finagling and thinking before we installed that thing right in the dash. Look at how good that thing fits around here. That little gap is, I don't have no screws in it. It's not sucked up. The only thing I didn't like on the other side here, and I'm pretty sure they're just like this, and if I had to guess, this is going to give you some knee room right here, because you ain't got a lot of space once you put this AC unit in. So I'm going to show you guys what I had to do to the bulkhead stay bracket to make it go in there. And I mean, as you can see, it's in there good. It looks good. I've seen one video. I mentioned the guy before, something Outfitter or Outlander, I don't know. He takes this bracket and he moves it all the way over here at an angle, and I realized I'm going to splice in a picture of this bracket, but it has another bracket with a pivot up here that works this pivot for the carb, so it bolts in here. So I couldn't bend this bracket out of the way. The gentleman in the other video had a diesel engine in there and didn't have a linkage for a carburetor to worry about, so he was able to do that. What I did, I'll put a picture of it in, but that flange right there used to be on this side and used to bolt into 2 holes there. So what I did was cut it off and weld it into the other side, the flange there. So now I'll be able to bolt that through the bulkhead stay, and I was able to cut the hole in the firewall nice and clean for the hub, for the connections to the HVAC inside there. And that easy. Held it up there, made a general mark where my marker, with a marker where I thought it was going to go. Cut the hole, boom, she went right in. I mean, literally, guys, this has been very pleasantly easy. So I figure here, I'm going to elongate this hole a little bit down here. I'm going to run them through here, snake them over to the right, and I'll have every connection right here on this side of the bracket with a screw-on type of thing when I have the hoses made. Unfortunately, I couldn't use all the hoses. Still waiting for the double shiv pulley to come in for the crank. That ain't going to be here for a little while, so we're going to be held up a little bit on welding this bracket. But that and that were the 2 hardest things. The next hardest thing, I believe, is going to be finding out how to fit the condenser in this radiator core support, which I think we have plenty of room for that as well, and I don't think even that's going to be a big deal. So I still can't find it. Anyone who's completed this job online, I want to show you guys a Defender unit will most definitely fit into Series 3. It's all the same, man. I mean, that thing slid right in there. It's not a cheap option, but it is an option to get you cool in there. If you follow the instructions, you build the bracket similar to what I have. I don't care if you follow it to a T. I mean, mount the compressor. The one I saw in the video was so crudely welded. Maybe I'll try to splice in a picture of that. I don't know what the copyright is. I don't want to bite the man's video. I just want to, you know, that you can do as good of a job on that compressor bracket as you would like. I happen to think mine is going to be more than good looking, you know, once I paint it up and it goes away, and I think that's going to be just fine. But the idea is just get this compressor mounted so that we can start feeding this now. I mean, I think that the hardest part of this job is done. I'm going to come back, I'm going to go ahead and make this a video, and then I'm going to come back and show you. I'm going to pull the unit back out. I'm going to put some sound deadening stuff, some insulation up there in the toe kick area, just so I don't have no condensation or weird kind of things, because the heater does sit on top of panel right here. I'm going to have a heater core here, a blower fan here, so I don't want any heat, you know, making condensation on the inside of there. So I'm going to try to insulate that and sound deaden it some as well before I slide this thing back up in there, screw it to the dash. Then of course the dash has to come back out so I can rebuild it, make it what I want, and then I'll make another video when I do the final installation. All I wanted to show you in this video is, yes, very simple modification to your stay bracket, and you can run a Defender AC unit in your Series 3. So show you around, show you a view from the back. I mean, that thing is in there and it looks good, and it's gonna blow some ice cold air, hopefully. So hopefully that, guys, hopefully that helped you guys out. Hopefully if you was ever wondering, you know, I mean, that's the easiest way. It is not cost effective, and I'm sure maybe you can get some of these parts from overseas, you know, without paying Rover North or a distributor here in the States to mark it up for you. I don't know that. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me that I got ripped off. Look, it's all I know is Rover's North. I'm not a Land Rover guy. I took on this job for a good friend of mine, and I told him I'd deliver, and I'm going to. So there we are with air conditioner in a Series 3. Hope it helped you guys out, man. If you did, like and subscribe, because I got more of it coming. Hopefully, you know, I'll keep making videos until we're holding our hand in front of that vent and getting that ice cold air out of this thing. So stay with me, guys, and please like and subscribe, and help me build my channel so that I can help with bigger and better projects, and get more and more information out there for the everyday Joe. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.